Welcome back, and on this one, it's Provide and Inject, and it's a pretty easy thing to understand. The thing is that we need to understand why we would use it and what's the issue. Right now, the application was a little bit crowded. There's nothing inside container, and there's nothing inside script, so I'm kind of starting over. So I'm going to create an example. Let's say that this application is going to have a children, just a component, which is a list of cars. So for this, I need to go to components, and I'm going to create a new folder, new directory called, and of course, you guessed it, it's going to be cars. If I go here, I'm going to say that we have an index called index.view, and that's going to be the index of cars. And here, I'm not going to do anything super weird. I'm going to say template and just h1, and then template, or maybe welcome to cars. So now inside the app.view, I need to include this file. I'm going to go to setup, and I'm going to import, cars. And you can call this cars component, or whatever name. It's completely up to you. And this right here is going to be ./components, and then we need to go to cars and then index.view. And right here, I'm going to say that we want to show the cars component. If I reload the application or go to the application, we get the h1. If I go back, the app is the parent component, cars is a child of app, but then I want to create a new component, and that's going to be a child of the index.view of cars. I'm going to go here and just create a new one, and this one is going to be list dot and then view. Cool. Inside list.view, I want a list of cars. So I'm going to do template, open and close, and inside, I guess I'm going to do a div and then a UL with a list of cars. The cars are not really important, not what I want to show you right now. So this one is going to be the car 1, just something like that, car 1, and then we have the car 2, and then the car 3. Okay, so 2, and then the other one is going to be 3. I'm going to go at the bottom, and I'm going to create a script because we're going to use it later. And this one is going to be with this setup. So cool. So, okay, so we have everything in place. So now, since this list.view needs to be a child of a component of index, I need to kind of include it right here. So we need to bring the setup. I'm going to do create a script and then with setup, open and close. And now I'm going to import and then car, but this time it's going to be list and then from that / and then list.view. And if we go to our application, first, of course, we need to maybe create a line and show the component. I'm going to go here and it's going to be car list. Cool. So now if I go, we have the title of the main children, the main child component. And then, we have the other one with the car 1 and 2 and 3. Again, all of this is just, we already know how this works. I'm not teaching you anything new. But now what I want to do, I want to have a list of cars in the parent. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to create a const. And this one is going to be cars, const cars. And this one is going to be a reactive property. So if I bring reactive, it's going to import it for me, depends on your IDE. And the reactive will get a few cars. So open and close, and inside, I'm going to say that we have a model. And then this one is going to be, I don't know, F9. I guess that's not really a model. And the brand is going to be this one. And then we are going to create a couple more. Going to do comma, then comma, and I guess maybe a different brand, maybe a different model, 911, that's the Porsche. So Porsche, I have no idea about cars. And then Tipo, and I guess that's one that I know that one is a Fiat, is an old one. So we have the cars, right? So what I want to do now, and this is the whole point of this, I want to take this reactive property and I want to pass it to the children. And we all to the child, or in this case, children components. So we know how this works. We already know. I can go to cars. I can bind this. I can say cars equals to, and then we just pass the cars. So now this is going to flow to the index.view. And we need to catch the props, and we need to do something with the props. And for this, we need to go here. I need to say const. I need to do props, and then define props, open and close, and say that we are expecting the cars props. And now what I want to do, I want to take this and pass it to the car list. So we bind again by saying cars equals to, and then cars. We are taking whatever is that we are getting and we are passing it to the child component. And then only then I can go to the list.view and I can, finally get the props that I want. So props equals to define and then props, open and close, and we take the cars. Cool. Now we get the cars and we can loop. We can do a tiny little before and get the cars. So I'm going to just do that. Why not? I'm going to go here, break it into multiple lines. And at the top, remember, it's going to be V4. And inside, we're going to get a car in cars. And then we need the key. And I guess for the key, I'm going to use the model because the models are unique on my example. But, you need to be careful with this. I'm going to go here and we have maybe a span. And you know what? I'm going to say car dot and then brand. Then I'm going to do a colon, and then this one is going to be the model. You know what? First, I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to go here and say cars dot and then model. And we should be getting something. And if I reload the application, we get the same example than before, but now we get the data. So now the question is, can you see the problem? So for this components to get the props, we need to go to the parent component, pass the props, go to the child component, pass the props, and then we get it. Now, right now we have just 3 components, but what if we have 6 or 7 components? We need to pass the props 7 times, and that's just, crazy and not very maintainable. In the future, if you need to fix it, you need to go through all the components. So for these scenarios, we have something called Provide and Inject. Let's go to the next one and see how we can solve this.